Time now for another off-season check-in here on Crusaders TV. Taylor Medak with Crusaders forward Ty Readman. Ty, first off, how's your summer been?
Summer's been good. Yeah, I've been keeping busy, doing a lot of fun things, so been enjoying it, but getting an itch to come back now, I'm sure, as everyone else is.
Yeah, absolutely. Walking into the rink this afternoon, the ice is kind of fogging up. It's in, so hockey's right around the corner. How much have you been on ice this summer and working on things?
I've been going about once or twice a week, just doing power skating and skills, so not too often, but yeah, just keeping the rust off.
Mm-hmm. How important do you find it to get on the ice in the summer? I know a lot of people talk about, people should be playing multiple sports and all that, but how important is it to still have a little bit of hockey aspect in your off season?
I think it's huge. I mean, I used to not go on the ice too much in the summer, try to stay in the weight room, but I think I've been skating a bit more this summer, and it's been definitely helping my skills and just keep me fresh for the season. So I think it's good, for sure.
Well, for you, let's talk about kind of the off-season regiment. Maybe describe to us what it was like this summer. What sort of training have you done? Maybe who you worked with, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've been in the gym 5 days a week there with Sean Bell, assistant coach here formerly, and been working out with Merito Zicko and a couple other guys from the AJHL. So it's been good. We've just been working hard and having a fun time this summer.
And have you always kind of kept that same regimen? You mentioned working out 5 days a week from when you were younger through your midget years into now, or how much has the off-season training evolved for you?
I think for the most part it's been 5 days a week since I started, but we're just getting into more intense, heavier things, I guess, opposed to when I was a bit younger, just starting out. But 5 days a week is normal for me, and yeah, it's been going well.
For you specifically, Ty, maybe just this year, what have you wanted to address / worked on through this off season going forward?
I think the one big thing would just be my leg strength, and through the core, it's pretty important there on the ice to just protect the puck and have it on your stick more. I've talked about it a lot. If I can protect the puck better and keep it on my stick, there's more time to make plays. So I think that's one thing I've been trying to focus on.
All right, looking back at last year, quite a campaign for you in 2016-17. And for you, it was 68 points, 45 assists, 23 goals, top 10 in points as well as assists. When you look back on last year individually, how would you grade it? What were your thoughts on your campaign?
I thought I definitely had a good season. I set some goals, achieved those goals and different things. So I think that's a lot to do with everyone I played with. We had a lot of good offensive players last year that were finishing on plays and different things like that. Everyone was working together. So for me, it was a really good season, and we're looking to build on that this year and keep going.
Yeah, and for you got to play with a bunch of different guys, so it wasn't that the points were together with just one person. You moved around a lot. Coach Mana had you in different situations. Are you eager to prove this year that just because you may not be playing with those guys this year, that you can still put up the points that you did or even more?
Yeah, I definitely want to prove myself this year. It's important to me to show that, I'm not leeching off other guys and things like that, that I'm my own player and I can produce by myself. So I think it's going to be a good year for that and for me to showcase my talents to the rest of the league.
For you, when you look back on last season as a team, obviously a disappointing exit in the postseason, what's maybe a bitter taste in your mouth about last season in terms of how you guys lost in the first round? And obviously there's probably something there where you want to almost make amends for that result against the Bonnyville Pontiacs.
I think definitely anytime you lose on the first round, obviously that's not ideal. No one wants to be doing that, but it's over now. We can't dwell on that, so fresh start this year, and we're going to make a push to go farther.
Yeah, and lots of guys coming in. How exciting is it as a veteran to be able to work with a lot of young guys that are eager to learn and really eager to push for spots?
Yeah, I think it's definitely exciting. Everyone here is going to be hungry for a spot. A lot of young guys, they break into the league. They want to prove themselves just like me and the other guys wanted to do when we were younger. So they got a lot to prove, and it's going to be exciting to see them push each other and push us too throughout the year, just be better.
Well, there's some guys last year, and similar to the situation how you came into the organization, you played 9 games before your rookie year with the Crusaders, and there's guys last year that got some action around those number of games. How important was it for you, or how much did it help, going back a couple of years, having played a few games as an affiliate, going into that next season where, you were pushing for a full-time spot?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very important. I mean, one thing is you get to see the speed of the league and what you need to work on when you're there full time to be successful. And the other thing is just being comfortable around the guys. I mean, I think that was huge for me. knowing a lot of the guys that were returning when I was coming into my rookie season. So I think that's one thing that maybe gets overlooked, is just being comfortable in the dressing room with everyone just makes it a lot easier of a transition.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. For you, what are some things on ice? You mentioned you wanted to work on leg strength in the off season, but for some on ice things, what are you wanting to hopefully have improved through this off season going into the 2017-18 campaign?
I think definitely one of those things would be my shot, working on the strength of that and using it more. That's the main thing. I just think being more comfortable with the puck and holding on to it longer, making safer plays, things like that. Is just overall rounding out my game. Also in the D zone there, working on those things, attention to detail. So I think lots of things like that. But I guess maybe if I could pick one thing, it'd be using my shot more and a bit stronger there.
And an exciting year coming up, not only for you but the team as well. I wanted to get your thoughts on potentially having a good start and hopefully making an impression to get to the Team Canada West camp. Is that something that's on your mind?
Yeah, I never thought about that in the summertime here. Thoughts like that usually come in after the first couple of games of the year. But yeah, now that you bring that up, I mean, definitely that's something I would want to achieve, and hopefully maybe I could get an invite to that camp and then see where that takes me. So yeah, I mean, play my best and see what happens. It's not up to me; it's up to the people who pick that roster. But yeah, that's definitely something I would strive to do this year for sure.
Yeah, it's a case where your play kind of speaks for itself in that situation. As for the team, interesting start to the year. You get some pretty tough opponents right out of the gate. For you, in terms of the goals for the team, what do you think is achievable going forward in 2017-18?
I think definitely one thing we'd want to do is eclipse our win total from last season. That's going to be important for us, and try and get into that home ice advantage in the playoffs. I think that's a bit underrated to get that, so work towards that. And I mean, just every game, just play your hardest and try and win that game. Take that step by step, not look too far to the future. But yeah, definitely those are two things that I think we should be striving for this season.
And as for you, I'm sure NCAA scholarship wanting to obtain, just like every player in this league. Well, just maybe not so much of an update, but do you feel that something could come down the pipe this year, having a good year and all those things that you just mentioned with the team?
Yeah, it's definitely what we're hoping for. I mean, I think the 19-year-old year is a big year for that, for something like that to come through. So, like I said before, I mean, just keep working hard and let my play speak for itself. And I'm confident in my abilities, and I hope that's something that scouts and other people like that can see. So, time will tell.
All right, well, time for hockey season just around the corner. Ty, thanks a lot for joining us here, taking the time out of your summer to join us on the off-season check-in. Stay tuned on Crusaders TV. Throughout the rest of August leading up to training camp, we'll have more off-season check-ins. Thanks a lot, Ty.
Yeah, thanks for having me.